the session. I have one of my students, Sakshi, with me. Sakshi is, I am Bangalore convert finally. I'm very sure she has converted more than one B school, but I'm Bangalore is the best call that we have. And the best thing is she's a fresher. Okay. So fresher okay, she has scored 99.84 percentile in CAT. फोड़ा है उसने genuinely 99.90 in DILR, round about 99.80 in Quants. Sakshi, if I'm not wrong.
99.7.
90.70 in Quants, that's the highest. And verbal में थोड़ा सा पंगा हो गया. We got 93, but still we made it to 99.84 percentile. So she's a fresher, so she can be a great mentor to all the kids out there who are fresher, जो भी CAT को चालू करने वाले हैं. Sakshi, welcome to the session. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
And would love to hear from you, your strategies, the way you were disciplined, throughout your preparation, and how you nailed it. And again, what did you do on day, which actually feeds to 99.84. So we'll begin with quants, then DLR, then verbal, right? And then mock strategy. So what do you say?
Okay, so for cons, actually, I started my preparation around lockdown only, like final preparation. And for cons, I started with arithmetics first, like as you said in many of your sessions, ARC strategy. And with arithmetics, that covers the major portion, and it boosts up your confidence as well as you go about your preparation. So I started with that. I had my notes, coaching notes, and I started with getting the concepts done and solving some basic questions for all the chapters. And this way I went on to cover most of the chapters, for example, ERPV, like all the arithmetic, algebra, and then moving on to the tougher ones as well. What I did was then started attempting sectional test, overall sectional test. So it helped me form a basic strategy for quants. For example, many students I have seen, they take up on their ego on the final D day. For if you don't get one question, you keep on solving that. So solving sectional test help you frame your strategy for each particular section.
Right.
So this way I went on. Quants and LRDI was my strength, so it did not take much of my time. I spent more of my time towards VARC, and yeah, this was about quants.
Okay, so you gave a priority to arithmetic, algebra, and geometry, जो हम patent अपना था सीधे सीधे कि भाई आप लोग आपका sort हो जाएगा. Now we will talk about your preparation strategy, right? And when we get into arithmetic, algebra, and geometry individual section. बहुत बार ये होता है कि हम भूल जाते हैं कि हमने क्या पढ़ाई करी है या फिर बहुत बार समझ में नहीं आता लेवल ऑफ डिफिकल्टी को गॉज कैसे करेंगे. सो कैन यू गिव मी अ रफ आइडिया कि कितने क्वेश्चंस आपने सॉल्व करे पर चैप्टर, कितने मॉक्स आपने दिए सेक्शनल फॉर, और डिड यू गो फॉर टॉपिक वाइज मॉक, एंड डिड यू मेक एनी सॉर्ट ऑफ नोट्स और समथिंग लाइक दैट?
Yeah, so I made notes, I joined a coaching and I kept those notes, and I used to when I completed a chapter, I used to write all the formulas in a separate sheet so that when I used to go for a sectional, I would easily revise those and attempt the sectionals. Nice. And for questions, for the starting phase, I did not go through much of the questions. I made sure that I am clear through the basics, and I did not went to those LOD3 type difficulty questions. There are not so many questions of high level difficulty in CAT. You need to make sure that you attempt maximum questions.
Right.
So at the starting phase, I made sure that I am clear with the concepts and I can solve basic questions, basic to intermediate ones. And this was the initial phase strategy till I completed all my chapters. After completion of those, then I went on to a little higher difficulty with multiple. Yeah.
Step by step.
Yeah, and for sectional test as well, I used to attempt the overall ones. First, I used to attempt the easier ones. Then I made then I made the progress to intermediate and then advanced ones. Later, I did it for 40-minute sectional test. We had similar to the CAT paper pattern.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So can you give us a sort of a range? Sir, I started my preparation, let's say during May or April, and I was done with arithmetic, let's say by June, July, or algebra, because quants का portion दिख के आता है. We know there are 20,
Hmm.
20, 24, 25 chapters.
Yeah.
So were you of the kind of a mentality कि मुझे अगले 3 महीने में पूरा quants खत्म करना है, या फिर जैसे जैसे होता गया तुमने वो करा? Like what was your timeline?
So I started around March ending. So till till May or June, I covered all the basic chapters. Like apart from some numbers, PNC probability, I covered around like all of them till. And then after that, this chapters took a little bit of time for me because like they are a little bit complex as well, and it takes. Yeah, so maybe till July ending, I covered all of the cons portion. Like I knew all the basic concepts and I knew how to solve basic questions.
Hmm. And
So
you're a non-engineer, right?
I'm an engineer.
Actually, you are an engineer. Okay, okay. I'm sorry for that. So, did you get any sort of an undue advantage कि यार मैं engineer हूँ तो I'm good at quants, ऐसा कुछ था या फिर?
I don't know, maybe because of engineer, but I was good at maths like from
अच्छा, so good
starting
at
only. So,
you
yeah,
had love towards mathematics.
yeah.
That's what is reflecting now. By the way, amazing, awesome. And the notes that you made, Sakshi, वो notes में क्या क्या चीजें आपने लिखी थी? Because कुछ बच्चे लोग बहुत ज्यादा notes बनाते हैं, बहुत ही ज्यादा.
नहीं मतलब जो कोचिंग के नोट्स थे उसमें आई यूज टू राइट द बेसिक कॉन्सेप्ट्स व्हिच टीचर यूज टू टीच, नॉट द क्वेश्चंस. I or maybe one or two questions you can write to understand the problem, like to understand the concept, and the formula sheet which I was talking about, I just used to write the formulas which you use.
Perfect. Perfect. And that was always handy with you before giving any
Yeah,
sort of a sectional or full length mock.
yeah.
Perfect. Cool. So, quants were right there. As far as DILR is concerned, how you started with DILR? Because you have nailed it, 99.90. How you started with it?
So I actually enjoyed solving DILR sets. I just started, like I read few basics. I did not go through all the concepts. I just started with few basics, maybe pie charts and all the charts and all that. And I just pick up previous CAT papers, or maybe you can pick previous year's mock test of any institute of or anything, and you can start solving sets. Maybe like I started with 2 sets daily, and initially I used to spend a lot of time, like it would take a lot of time, but I used to spend at that time like 2 sets daily. Yeah, maybe I am able to do it or I am not able to do it, I would spend time figuring it out. And even if you are able to do it, do check out the solutions because it helps improve your approach.
Yes. So consistency is something that would matter a lot because you got to stay in touch with that
Yeah,
particular subject daily basis, because that's how you build your EQ also and IQ also. दोनों चीजें वैसी build हो जाती है. So that was
yeah.
good.
Initially it takes a lot of time because not every set is easily solvable, and I went on from 2 to 3, and then yeah, I increased it, and then maybe I started solving sectionals for that.
I see. So even though you are 99.90% percentile, you did not do anything, I mean, extraordinarily as far as the prep is concerned. You started from a
No.
very subtle way. You may
Yeah, actually, as I was telling, picking up from any mock test or CAT papers, this helps you gain the diversity.
right.
Like you get various types of set, for example, games and tournaments, charts, LRDI, everything gets covered. So maybe
Right.
once you are not able to solve a set, you can check back the concept and then go about figuring it out.
Okay. So Sakshi, when you started, during your preparation, like probably May महीना वगैरह जो भी है DI के लिए, would you say it's fine if I say that if the guys are taking a set, 1 set or 2 sets a day, and that 1 set is taking around about an hour for them to crack
Yeah,
initially?
it's fine. It's completely fine. This is the time you can take it upon your ego and you try to solve it as much as you can. You need to understand when you have to give that much time to it and when you don't have to.
Another question I'll ask you, particular to DILR. What happens most of the time, VRC पकड़ो, आप DILR पकड़ो, quants पकड़ो. As a student, we have this kind of a mindset, जैसे मैंने question लिया, मैं सीधा jump करूंगा answer पे. So I'll start writing my, answer steps, step 1, step 2, step 3. Initially, do you suggest, like, is this a correct approach? Or you look at a set, think about it कि इसमें क्या हो सकता है, क्या possibility है, कितना स्टेज में आंसर आ सकता है, या फिर सीधा उसको सॉल्व करते बैठो. What is, did you do anything of that? Or
No, actually I used to do that, but my teacher, like when he used to teach, he used to say like keep your pen down and think how you can go about solving it without pen,
right,
and try to solve it in minimum steps as much as you can.
right.
And
So
initial to DILR, maybe you can do some speed maths practice as well,
yeah,
like quick multiplication techniques or fractions, or you can go about that. That would really help.
right. So because that's the main thing, because when you spend around about an hour on a DI set and if you don't get it, people start freaking out.
Yeah.
यार 1 घंटा घर पे बैठ के नहीं हो रहा है, CAT में कैसे होगा? So I think that's a wrong comparison. You have to learn, you have to understand, and whatever you've understood from that particular topic or that set, make a note ताकि आपको वो retention हो जाए कि हाँ भाई यहाँ से मैंने ये सीखा. Fine. So Sakshi did 2 sets on a daily basis consistently without a timer, and she learned a lot of stuff from there. Sakshi, did you keep this till November या फिर बीच में break लिया था कैसा था, या फिर you will do it daily basis?
नहीं बीच में I increased. For example, I started in March ending, तो till May or June mid I increased to 3 sets, and I used to skip it when I used to attempt a sectional or a mock maybe. So and if you feel that if, like for example, DILR became a strength for me, so I used to have it on a minimal basis, and I used to spend more of my time towards VARC. So that depends completely upon you. For example, if you are having DILR as a weakness, you need to spend more time on it.
Absolutely yes, absolutely yes, and you have to take care of your weaknesses before August. You can't do it because होता कैसे बहुत बारी बच्चों को लगता है कि VRC में एंजॉय करता हूँ, क्वांट में एंजॉय करता हूँ, तो पहले मैं उससे चालू करता हूँ, तो फिर वो वीकनेस जो होता है वो वीकनेस ही रह जाता है.
हाँ, exactly.
So that's the right thing. You got to swap it. Like do the weakness first. Eventually time कम समय में भी तुम्हारा strong point तुम आराम से कर लोगे. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं. Fine. So can we? अच्छा, how many sectional tests you gave for your DILR? Any rough number?
Maybe around 10-15.
अच्छा, अच्छा 10 to 15. But आपने डेली बेसिस पे बहुत ज्यादा सेट्स करे हैं, तो राउंड अबाउट अगर मैं 1 मंथ का टाइम अगर पकड़ूं, so in a month you have knocked off round about 50 sets.
Yeah.
तो अगर हम 3 महीने का भी अगर बात करेंगे तो राउंड अबाउट 200 सेट तक you have managed to do.
Yeah, actually that gives you a very diverse experience of easy to hard, and all the topics get covered.
Right, and that's how you understand level of difficulty कि भाई ये आएगा कि नहीं आएगा. Fine, because there is another student of mine, Shobhu, here on time in Indore. So he is 99.83 percentile or DILR. He did the same thing what you did. He's like, sir, मैंने 200-220 set करे थे, and D-Day पे I was like very smooth. I could gauge the LOD. So again, the same question for you, Sakshi. On the D-Day, what did you do? Like, did you jump on questions chronologically or set selection किया? And whatever set that you chose on D-Day, were you familiar with them or it was a trial and error? Like, what was it?
No, I did not jump completely to questions. I just skimmed through all the sets first, and I was sure maybe like there are sections I was more comfortable with LR. So and LR may you have to see that because some sets are you get in, like you get it very easily, and some are you are not able to get it how much time you spend.
Right.
So
right.
firstly you need to make sure that if you are not able to do a set in 2 minutes or 3 minutes in on the D-Day, then you need to skip that set. Though it did not happen to me, I was able to do that, and I out of 6 sets I completed 4 sets before, and after that I had some 5-10 minutes, and fifth set was that theta type of question. So for the fifth set I used trial and error. Like for example, there is no negative marking, so I was able to get one question correct in that.
Right, right. But your entire hard work that you put in like whatever, like those 6-7 months, you know, those 250 DI sets, whatever you did, right? Those entire the entire stuff actually helped you to gauge level of difficulty of the D-Day and understand, you know what, I will keep this set for later time. पहले मैं इसको उठा के पढ़ने वाली हूँ, right? So that's the point. Cool.
Many people don't enjoy DI actually because it takes up lots of calculations, and this used to happen to me as well. I liked LR more. But DI is kind of like if you get through the question, you are able to get the solution.
Right. That's true. And
So
actually,
it takes effort to like understand that you need to attempt that first in examination.
True. And actually, what IIMs did this time, 2020 में, they played with थोड़ा सा strategy. मेरे ख्याल से there were 2 sets with 6 questions in each.
Yeah.
And बच्चों को लगा कि भाई 6 की 6 निकल जाएंगे एक part में.
I actually left one of the 6 question set.
Smart, because I think that was the toughest one. Like, a lot of people it was a trap. It was a designated trap by IIMs.
Yeah.
So again, don't fall for a number of questions. Always look out, whether you will be able to do it or not. Like, even if you have 3 questions and you are able to do it, just go for it. And even if you have one set with 10 questions, but if you really can't do it, you will never get it.
Yeah.
To do that. So, in a nutshell, to conclude DILR as such, practice with the analysis is important.
Yeah.
And
like for every set you solve, check the approach of, maybe for example, if you go for CAT or any mock test, go for the solutions as well after you solve it. Maybe you get it right or you don't get it right. That improves your approach and that helps you in further questions.
Right, and you also get to know कि मेरा approach सही था कि solution का था. अगर solution अच्छा है तो ठीक है. This probably I can inculcate है.
Yeah.
Amazing. Now we'll talk about the section VARC. Sakshi, what went wrong here as far as VARC is concerned?
So VARC, I improved a lot. I mean, I was happy with my improvement, and after the CAT paper, the only thing which I was not happy with was selection of that RC. I mean, like I selected the wrong RC first, and that was the most toughest one, and I skipped an easy RC for that.
Oh. अच्छा एक बात बताओ, तुम्हारा मॉक में क्या स्कोर आता था as far as VARC is concerned?
मॉक में it was very
98, 97, 99 वो रेंज में आता था.
हाँ, like till the end I started getting around 96, 97 तक के.
But DA paper question selection थोड़ा सा problem हो गया.
हाँ.
Okay.
Actually, I spent a lot of time in the initial days only. Like for example, when you start your preparation, do give 3-4 mocks at the time and figure out your weakness. This really helped me. Matlab, initially in April or May, I knew that VARC is my weakness, and at that time, I spent a lot of time improving that.
But it's always the case, no? Whatever you prepare before the day, like last day towards the D-Day, and what you do on the D-Day would matter a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that's okay. Like couple of questions here and there, but I'm happy that you actually again you did a good job that you still got into 93, 94 zone. One or two questions more wrong would have got us in a very bad situation. We would have actually अपना 90 से भी नीचे आ जाता.
Actually, what I would say for this is your mindset matters the most at that time. For example, the RC which I was talking about, I took it first. Like that was the first thing I started attempting, and I felt like I have never read this before, like this kind of stuff.
Right.
And I had this habit of like attempting all the questions in an RC in a mock, which is very wrong. And
Exactly.
and I realized this, and in the final paper, I skipped 1 or 2 questions of that RC, and that really helped me. Or else I would have spent 5-10 minutes more on it, and maybe that would have reduced the score there.
Okay, cool, not a problem. Lot of things to learn from you, and you're I mean, like, you're very down to earth, and you're very humble, because you're still telling. Because when I talk about toppers, it's not all about talking about 99 plus per section. It's all about, it is also to tell students कि यार देखो मैंने यहाँ पे गलतियाँ करी है, आप मत करना.
I started with 60-70 percentile in VARC. I don't know.
My goodness, और वहाँ से आपने exam करा. Amazing. Now we would love to understand your profile a little bit. You were 10, 12 graduation, and extracurricular or something like that.
Yeah, so 10th में I had 10 CGPA, 12th में 89.2%, and graduation में I have 8.4 CGPA.
Wow. Engineering में. Amazing. That's amazing. And what about your extracurricular certification जो भी आता है profile में?
Yeah, so actually I had a lot of PORs during my graduation that actually helped me in like interviews.
Yes, yes, yes. तो guys समझ लो POR मैटर करता है. तुम बोलोगे हेड बॉय थे, हेड गर्ल थे स्कूल में 7th स्टैंडर्ड में, वो सब मैटर नहीं करता है. थोड़ा तुम्हारा क्वालिटी ऑफ प्रोफाइल होना बहुत जरूरी है. साक्षी, तुझे कभी डर लगा था क्या एज ए फ्रेशर, मेरा होगा कि नहीं होगा? बिकॉज बहुत सारे फ्रेशर्स मुझे रोज पूछते हैं कि सर
Yeah,
होगा क्या.
I have seen many people asking on public forums कि मेरा इतना परसेंट है, होगा या नहीं. Obviously, I was at your stage as well. डर लगता है, सबको लगता है, but you need to believe in yourself. And if you have made mistakes in 10th, 12th, it is okay. Now you need to like find the best of what you have. You need to find the best. So like understand that and prepare the best for what lies ahead.
राइट, राइट.
And
बिकॉज
yeah,
गो अहेड, गो अहेड.
yeah, that was the thing which I understood. And let things go on. For example, I was talking about my CAT paper as well. I mean that played a very important part in letting go on. Like let go on things and look for what lies ahead.
Because there are these 5 parameters to get a call from any of the analysts. Your past academic record, work ex, तुम्हारा gender diversity, academic diversity, and then comes what is a CAT percentile. So I think it makes a lot of sense to focus more on CAT percentile rather than creeping or moaning about my 10th, 12th graduation, जो भी हुआ,
Yeah.
blah, blah, blah. So in your profile, the PORs that you had, was it school level a lot, or junior college, or तुम्हारा engineering? कहाँ पे ये ज़्यादा था?
Engineering.
Engineering में ज़्यादा. That's what matters. That's what matters. Because
Yeah.
प्रोफाइल के बारे में जब बात करेंगे तो it's a detailed topic. Anyway, we will take it sometime later. But overall, a good profile, good academics, and an amazing score in CAT actually helped you to get a call from IMB. How many IMs you got a call from? Yeah,
I got from all the IIMs which I filled in.
you also got a call from AA?
Yeah.
You got a call from IIM Ahmedabad also?
Yeah.
Actually, you had a call from IIM. So you got all 20 IIMs the calls.
Yeah,
And
I
how many?
filled in around 10, 11 and I got call from all of them.
अच्छा. And how many you converted? अगर मतलब CAL वगैरह भी अपना, you converted CAL also, right? We had a
Yeah, I
discussion about
converted Bangalore, Calcutta, Lucknow, Indore, FMS.
I know. Yeah, we had the discussion. I remember because बहुत बार ये confusion होता है because people talk about A and B and then B and C. Okay, perfect, awesome. So round about 19 IIMs got converted out of 20. अहमदाबाद होता तो अलग ही लेवल होता, but ठीक है, कोई बात नहीं. Bangalore is also good. Let's see. We'll try to cover a little bit of your interview process. Like how did it go? We'll talk about Bangalore only. कैसा था, क्या था, मतलब because Bangalore is more of work gigs, guys. I mean, you're a fresher, so
Yeah,
I
I know. I mean,
कैसा था?
Bangalore, I never expected. That was like Ahmedabad and Bangalore were kind of very detailed interviews, and Bangalore was kind of a stress interview. They had questions on almost everything, what I would say.
Oh.
Like the cross questioning was a lot. So like for every POR, I would say they would question me again and again, why this, why that. And so, but still getting clear of why you want to do MBA or why you want to do from that particular institute helps you a lot. And above all, your enthusiasm or your passion for anything reflects when you talk about it.
Very true. But that is something that you cannot fake it.
Yeah.
I mean, तुम कितना भी अपना CV तुम बना दो, कुछ भी कर दो, but जब तुम बैठते हो ना उस चेयर पे, very rightly said by you that your enthusiasm and your passion and how badly you want that college, you really can't fake it, man. I mean, वो दिख के आता है चेहरे पे, and the panel is so smart as they'll वो पकड़ लेंगे तुमको, वो जान ही लेंगे कि तुमको कितना चाहिए college and all that.
And specifically for Bangalore, the SOP matters a lot.
Yes.
You need to be thorough with all the things you put in your SOP. And I mean that helped me in all of the interviews. Like you have that one document ready and you know that these are all the things you have done in life and you need to get thorough with it.
Right. I mean, वो SOP वाला एक जो टाइम होता है ना साक्षी, like jokes apart, but still एसओपी वाला जो टाइम होता है ना, पूरी जिंदगी याद आती है कि यार शिट मैंने कुछ भी नहीं करा यार, शिट मैंने इतना कुछ करा लाइफ में. So that's a fun part. I remember taking your mock PI and you were good during mock PI also. So definitely बनता था convert करना. Now how does it feel? इतना मेहनत, जद्दोजहद, being a fresher, इतने सारे सवाल दिमाग में, doubt, self doubt, motivation, demotivation. Finally you are like second best B school in the country, but it's one of the top 30-40 B school in the world now. How does it feel? Yeah?
It feels good, obviously. I mean, interacting with the batchmates I have been doing for the past month, I was thinking about the same. Like Bangalore is full of workex guys, so I was just thinking how I would be able to stand out there as well. But eventually, I understood that you just need to work out, and after a year, nothing matters.
Exactly. Which college did you do engineering from? Are you an IIT or NITM?
NIT Bhopal.
NIT Bhopal. अच्छा ठीक है. So not an IIT. ठीक है. Perfect. Now before we close this, Sakshi, any 2 or 3 pointers that you want to put in for those kids who are actually studying for CAT now? 2 से 3 points जो उनको बहुत ज़्यादा help करेंगे to stay motivated for like next 5 months.
First thing I would say is maybe it's too early, but this is most important stage to understand why you want to do an MBA per se, or why you want to go for CAT, because that's the one thing which keeps you motivated or get going throughout the like preparation journey.
That's right.
You cannot fake it. For example, you would have various ups and downs during the journey, and you cannot fake to be motivated all through time.
Right. And बस करते जाओ. Daily basis पे आपकी पढ़ाई होनी चाहिए. Doesn't matter it's a good day, it's a bad day, you got to be okay and you have to put in efforts every single day.
And next I would say is like as you said, we have seen people asking a lot of questions on public forum, but believe in yourself and work for finding now what the best you can do, rather than thinking if I would be able to get there or there, like any B school. So just think of getting the best what you can do now, and rather than putting such questions or maybe self-doubting yourself, work on yourself and have faith.
True. So actually just a question, huh? When you started with your CAT preparation, तुझे कभी लगा था कि मुझे AE चलना है, BE चलना है, CE चलना है?
मैंने तो सोचा भी नहीं था.
तो यार 95% बच्चों के साथ यही होता है. जब तक तुम्हारा वो स्कोर नहीं ना आता, तब तक पता ही नहीं होता बच्चों को कि मैं ABC के लिए बना हूँ या KIL के लिए बना हूँ या FMS के लिए बना हूँ. But I think what people do, like students like you, what you guys have done, 100% correct thing is that मेहनत करते जाओ. Because अभी से तुम सोचोगे मेरे को B मिलेगा, C मिलेगा, A मिलेगा, रोज वेबसाइट जाके चेक करो, रोज क्राइटेरिया चेक करो, फिर डिसअपॉइंट तो हो जाना, doesn't make any sense. Cool. And guys, we will be seeing Sakshi more often with us. She will be a part of couple of workshops eventually. A very smart girl, but very humble also at the same time. That's her beauty मेरे ख्याल से. And she will be guiding you as a mentor. So Sakshi ने जो भी बोला है उसको note down कर लेना and follow that. Sakshi, thank you so very much for taking some time out. I know drilling अभी थोड़ा सा चालू हो चुका है Bangalore में, but फिर भी तुमने time दिया. Thank you so much for that. And I wish you all the very best. May God bless you and you get a good placement. Rather, one of the best placement from IIM Bangalore. And you have that potential. तुम कर लोगे. I know that. Thanks a lot. Yeah. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Take care.